welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm going to be doing is working a little bit more with this mould that makes some brilliant little circles. Now, I know you've seen what else I already did, and if you haven't, then please check out that video at the end, because they came out beautiful. And what I'm going to do is do some different bits in here and turn them into some different pieces of jewellery and show you how, as well, that you can round off the top, because when you cast in these, they get a little bit of a flat top to them. I'm going through and using this pipette so that I can accurately fill up these little individual moulds, and I want them to be just over 3/4 full, and you'll see why in a second. Now I'm using my gold and silver leaf and a micro brush to put it in there, because I want to make sure it's well covered in resin and it's pushed right in. So I'm feeding it in there like that, and then what I will do is I will top these up afterwards. I would just like to say a quick thank you to everybody that got me a coffee last month. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It really does help me. And your names are on my coffee board. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, the link for that is in the description below. So now I'm using the gold leaf and I'm doing exactly the same process. And once I've got enough of them done, then what I do is I use my pipette again, as it gives me more control. And I just top these up to ensure that there is resin around everything. Check out my other channel as well. I've got a channel where I do lots of different arts and crafts. I'd love to see you over there, and the link for that's in the description below too. And now, of course, I have to have some glitter because I do like a bit of sparkly, so I just pop some glitter over the top. Now these two, which are going to be the earrings, are just a couple of flower buds that I've got and that were dried, and I'm putting those in. I will also top them up and then let them cure. These are all nicely cured now, so it's just about demolding them. And I love the ones with the glitter just sprinkled on the top, although I will have to tidy them up because I do always overpour, as you've probably guessed. But they'll tidy up really easily, and the great thing is you won't see where I've tidied them up once I've finished anyway, which is really useful. So at this stage, they're still not 100% cured up, so they've not gone completely solid, so I should be able to just trim them up with my scissors, which is what I'm doing now. If it had gone completely hard, then I would have used the deburring tool. There we go, you can see now that that one's all done. I love the way that the ones with the gold and the silver come out. So what we're going to do now is turn them into some beads, and also I'm going to show you how to round off this bit where they're capped. You can put them into some blue tack, which is what I often do, but when the mould is completely empty, you can actually just use the mould to sit them in to do the next bit. So these are all lined up now, and they're not really going to go anywhere. So what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using the J. Dixon's UV resin to just put a little bit on there. Now, I'm going to let that find its kind of own way, but because of the great quality of the J.D. Dixon UV resin, what'll happen is that'll make its own little dome and fill that little top up lovely. You do need to make sure that you've got them level, because if you haven't got them level, then obviously the resin will run off it. So for instance, I haven't got that one level, so now it's more level and I can pop that resin on it. And this just makes a quick method of doming. And once you're happy with that, then all you need to do is give it a quick blast with your UV torch, or what other method you use for UV curing, and that'll cure up nice and finish those off. And that allows you then to put your end caps on it a lot easier, and it also allows you to do the next stage when you want to turn these into some beads. Well, now these are all cured up and everything's ready, I'm going to show you how I turn them into beads. Now, what I'm going to be using here is my Tiswell rotary tool, and I've talked about this in a previous video. It is a brilliant tool. It comes with so many different attachments. It all comes with this flexi shaft, which makes it a lot easier to handle and hold. It comes with drill bits and all sorts of things. It is a quarter of the price at least of a Dremel, and I think I wouldn't be without mine. I use it so often now. So all I do is put my drill bit in the end there, and then making sure that you've got a really tight grip on these. And if you don't want to hold them, then use something else to hold them with, and drill through as close to the center as you possibly can. ensuring that you don't get your fingers. Just to let you know, I've got a really great 30% off discount code on the Tiswell rotary tool. If you use my link and the code in the description below, it really knocks it down to virtually nothing. It's a great price. So once these are done, I'll finish them off. Always wear a mask as well when you're using anything to drill or sand on resin. And then all I do is I take one of these little micro brushes and I push it through, and that will clean out the inside. And then I generally just take a baby wipe to get rid of the dust on the outside. I've drilled all my holes, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some cord through them. Now, a lot of people like cord, other people like chain, but I like cord. I just think it gives it that nice finish. And I'm also going to be using these little gem bead separators. I'm going to pop one there. Then pop my bead through. And if you have problems with this cord ever, now this might burn your fingers a little bit, but so be careful. Just melt it like that, pull your finger through it, it gives you a solid end to it, and then it will push through much easier. And I'll carry on threading these on like this. So while they're all threaded on there, I don't cut it off the cord yet, because I want to put a knot in this end to keep it nice and tight. So there we go, that's nice and tight there. And then I also want to put one in this end as well. So I will cut this a little bit longer than I need it, like that, and then just pop a little knot down into that. Now I don't want it to be really rigidly tight, but I do want it to still be tight enough so it's got a bit of movement in it, look, as you can see, because then it can go round your wrist. Oh, look how pretty that is. Shame about my hairy wrist. But I do need to put some ends onto this. So what I'll do is I'll cut these down to there. I will then just quickly heat those ends up again so they make nice tailored little tight ends again, so they're not fraying. There we go. So they're done. And then I've got these tiny little end pieces. Now, I glue these in, but I also do one other thing to them as well. And I use super glue often for this. Now, what I'll do is I'll pop a bit in like that, and then I'll take one of these little sticks and push that right the way down. So it's just not sitting on the top. It goes right in. And then I will put my end in as deep as it will go. I'll wiggle it around a little bit first, like that, to make sure it's got well covered in glue. Now, these aren't particularly designed to do this with, but I always do it because I think it works a bit better. I then crimp them, and that does hold it in, but you don't necessarily have to do that. That is what I always do. Now we've got the ends on, we just need to put a clasp on. Now, I like the magnetic clasp, but you could put lobster claws, or you could put whatever you've got, really. And all you need to do there is pop a little jump ring in like that. Put the end of your magnetic clasp there. And the reason I like these magnetic clasps is because they get really, really sparkly. I will try and link everything in the description below, including the tools that I've used. And there we have your little bracelet, all nicely finished. These are great, these little magnetic clasps, for people who have arthritis or any disabilities like that, because they just clip on like that. There you are. And they're quite sparkly as well. I think that's come out really well. I mean, you don't need to make it as big as I've made it for my great big fat chunky bit. But overall, I do think that has come out lovely. And then for the earrings, if you wanted to make earrings to match, you could. But I'm going to turn these into earrings. And how I'm going to do that initially is I'm going to use a couple of these. And I'm going to use them with some end caps as well. And I particularly like these star ones. And these, again, are really, really cheap. I'm going to pop one of those star ones onto there. I think that goes quite nice with that. Make sure I've got my flower up the right way. I have. Put that on there. And then I'm going to make a loop. Now, you can get a machine for this. I've seen a loop maker, and I'm definitely going to get one. And I think it was my friend Vincent Ferrari, who's got a brilliant blog and YouTube channel as well, that told me about it. And all I do is I bend it back slightly like that. Oh, I haven't put another cap on. Duh. So I want one on there like that as well, don't I? It's going to look odd. I take it right down to the bottom. I bend it slightly that way, and then I wrap around this to there, and then I wrap it around the base of the loop that I've just made to get it nice and tight, and then I will cut that off as close to there as I possibly can. Now, I make quite a lot of jewellery, and I find these are the easiest methods that I can get to make them. And then I've got a nice finished earring, and all I need to do is attach an earring back to it, which I will do in a second. Pop the jump ring into there, pop the back into there. There you've got your earring made. And that's what they look like on, and they even make me, with 2 days of not shaving and nothing done to my hair, look beautiful. Do I look pretty? So they're really easy to make and to finish off, and I think they just look great. Why not treat yourself and make yourself a pair? Very simple, costs nothing. Boop, 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 boop. There we go, they're all finished. They look great on, as you saw. Really simple to make and so pretty. I love gold leaf in jewellery. I love gold leaf in resin, and the earrings came out really well. And you could do matching earrings if you wanted to. If you've enjoyed this video, please boot that like button. It really does help my videos to get out there, and I really do appreciate it as well. If you're a first-time viewer, then hit the subscribe button. That way you're not going to miss out on any future videos, and ring that little bell. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee just to say thank you for any of my videos, then the links for that and the links for everything that I've used today can be found in the description below. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.